Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to yet another episode of For the Record. A bit informal today. I want to take a few minutes. I don't have much time. I just wanted to do a product review on the Cork Turntable Platter Mat. This particular one I found on Amazon. The brand is Goka, Goka. And it's made in China, but it's actually it's sold through another company. I can't remember the actual name of the company that that actually sells it, but this is. And let's start off with this. Let's start off with the packaging. The packaging was really nice. It came in this, okay, and that's it. I had been thinking about a Cork Platter Mat for to be honest with you, for several years, and I'm not sure if any of you out there, I'd actually like your input and see your experience, to hear your experience with it. But I had heard and I had read that Cork Platter Mats are the best because they don't conduct static electricity, and hence it would keep your records cleaner because it would reduce the amount of dust that collects on your record and on your needle and whatnot, and and it would reduce the wear and tear. So that was the whole idea. And again, I've been searching for one. I've been thinking about it for a few years, and then for the past couple of weeks, I actually been kind of window shopping on Amazon and to see what was out there. And the one that I found, this particular one, which was reasonably priced, I think it was like 17 or 18 and change. With shipping, it was I think like 21 and change. So I jumped for it. And this is the one I bought. I liked it because this, not all of them have this, but this has this is carved out, probably some sort of like millwork that takes this. It accounts for the record label, and which it makes it fit really nice on there. There were a few others that were exactly like this, but it doesn't have that. But I like this idea because it looked relatively simple and easy to use, and it would serve the purpose. And again, I'd like to hear any of you out there that if you are using a Cork Platter Mat, what your experience is. My experience wasn't good. I actually was having a hard time because I thought it was me that was conducting the static electricity, because I have a rug here. And every time, well, actually, let me say this first. With my rubber platter mat, with this turntable and with stereo I had before this one going a number of years back, I have never, ever, ever, ever been shocked. But when I had put this on, and again, I had never been shocked with the stock rubber platter mat. So I wasn't sure. I did a few experiments because when I had put this on, I spun it for, I think I had it on for, I think like what my idea was, I was gonna do it on one side of a record and then switch the platter mat out and then do the other side and kind of compare and see if this is sound, because they say that you do actually get a better sound with the Cork Platter Mat. I'll dive into that in a second. So when I had my seat. This is where I normally sit. I normally sit in the right seat. And I come over and I would go over to just kind of, I want to see if it was conducting static electricity. And so I touch it and it popped. I mean, my finger, I went to go touch the head shell and that was zap. And I went to go remove the record from the platter mat, and the aluminum, the aluminum platter shocked my left hand. It shocked the shit out of my hand. So I'm like, maybe, and again, never happened with this one, okay? And I only can tell you what I experienced. I'm not faking anything. I can just tell you what I experienced. So I got shocked with this one. I was like, what the hell? So I had initially planned on writing a really negative review. And then for some odd reason, and again, I experimented with this and then with this one. And this was shocking me more, all right? And then this one, for some odd reason, shocked me. Not as bad, but this, I literally have never been shocked with this one, but this one right here shocked the hell out of me. So I put this one back on, and it didn't seem to be as bad. Well, for some odd reason, I wanted to sit in this seat last night. And there was no rug here. There's no place for me to walk to and get a static electricity. I have one of those rubber mats that kind of go on the floor of, say, your workshop. You might have in front of your workbench. I have that one little like square. It's like 2 foot by 2 foot, whatever, square. And it just kind of gives me a place to stand and kind of do my thing. And so there's no place for me to conduct static electricity. So I put this platter mat on, listening to, this is going to be another video for my my album review for Steve Perry's Traces, and I was listening to that last night. And by the way, it's a fucking killer album, but we'll get to that in another video. So what I did was I thought to myself that no, I wasn't doing an experiment. I was using this one, and just kind of lost track. And I'm listening to the album. And I noticed the sound was starting to get muffled. It was like I'm talking like this, like in stereo, and then it started talking like this. And I was thinking, is there a problem with the ground? So I pulled my receiver out, and I kind of felt where the ground was, and the ground was completely intact. I'm like, what the hell? So I'm looking around, and I'm like, yeah. I said, I got this platter mat on there. So I said, hold on. I lifted up the dust cover, and I touched one of the knobs on my turntable, and as I'm listening, it's getting worse and worse and worse. And I touched it, and it zzz, and then boom, I had great sound again. And I will say, the sound with the platter mat, with the Cork Platter Mat, is great. It may even be better than this. Now, I'm not trying to be hypocritical here, but the sound is better to a point, because the more I use this one, I let the one complete side of the album go, and I listen to it get worse and worse and worse for each song. From each song to each song, it started getting worse. At the end of the album, I touched one of the knobs on a turntable, zzz, and then boom, and sound came back. My experience with the Cork Platter Mat is awful. I am not happy with the Cork Platter Mat. I am on the fence of sending it back. It wasn't too expensive. Why keep it? I don't know. I'm on the fence to send it back. I might sit on it for a couple of days, but I'm not using this, and I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it at all. I have, from what I can tell, I have a good ground. Let me tell you before I continue. So when I went to take the record off, after it did one complete side, zap, I went to take the record off the platter mat, and without grabbing this, because it's the record sticks out just like a hair, like barely, not even a 1/16 of an inch. So when I go to pick up the record like that, the platter mat comes along with it, because it's so filled with static electricity. It comes right off the platter, boom, and I'm like, I must be going crazy. So I put this one back on, and I do have some static electricity with this one. I do, and I paid more attention to it now because my experiment with this one. But it's not so bad. It affects the sound with this one. So I'm using this one, my factory rubber platter mat, because this one, it conducts so much electricity, it affects the sound. And no word of a lie, I touched the knob on the turntable, and boom, it sounds great again. And if you're able to get through an entire side and you pick up the album, the whole Cork Platter Mat comes along with the record. So I'm looking at other style mats. There's one that has a sort of like a rubberized bottom. It's almost like it's glued to it. I'm thinking I might go with that one. That one's just a little more expensive. I might go with that one and experiment that one and see if that works better. But static electricity, I guess old wives' tales. Just a regular mat is doesn't work. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, Goka brand, I'm not saying all their stuff is crap, but if you're thinking of getting a Cork Platter Mat, don't waste your money. Just don't waste your money. This gives you better results, because the whole point of me getting this was I wanted to reduce the amount of static electricity, and it sucks. It just does. So again, if you're thinking about getting a Cork Platter Mat, don't waste your time. If I find one that works good, I will let you know. I may do a product review if I'm able to find one. And I was thinking of, well, gee, what if I invest in a static gun? The cheapest one I found was $70-something. I'm just going to use my regular platter mat. Why am I going to buy a static gun? This was the whole reason that I wanted it, was because it was supposed to be less static. So anyway, that's my review on the Cork Platter Mat. That's it. What else? Is there anything I want to talk about? No, that's it. That's it, guys. Again, if you're thinking about getting one, I wouldn't waste your time. Don't waste your money. And as always, be kind to others, and see you on the flip side.